right, Shalom. As always, I'm thankful and I'm grateful to be able to come out here once again to preach and to prophesy to my people. All right? And seeing that I don't come in my own name, what is the name of our power? Yahweh, Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Warakakodash. Peace, blessings, and much respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, on down to the rest of the elders who rule well within Israel. Salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like. Pushing out this purified truth to the rest of the church who believe as well. You men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women, sons and daughters also. The water to Yahawashi, because without him adherence and going to that cross for the nation of Israel, and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. Brothers who are in the spirit, we tired of this society. We ready to go home already. We've been dealing with this nonsense for centuries, man. And if you're not in the spirit of wanting to go home, you're not in the right spirit at all. All right? Let's touch on the book of Job. Chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So right now, the world has been given to the wicked. We are in the time of the wicked ruling. And we know according to the scriptures, the wicked being Esau, Edom, going back to the days of Alexander the Great and wickedness, when he was upon the earth and he ruled for, I believe, to be 12 years, okay, wickedness started to spread throughout the earth at a high level, all right? And then seeing that Esau's playing out his blessing, it only makes sense why when you see all these Israelite icons, they always look like so-called white men, because it's their world. They're liars, they're devils. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, but only for a certain time. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. The judges are Israelites. That's why any depiction that you see of biblical references, when it comes to the people, they always look like caucasoids. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Just like in today's time, when it comes to all the patents that they use as an excuse to take ideas from people, especially Israelites, they'll tell you that a so-called white man came up with the video game, came up with the light bulb, came up with the gas mask. But then when you look up real history, it actually goes back to the so-called black man. That's a part of covering the faces of the judges. The judges are Israelites, okay? So seeing that the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, this is Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. So this world that we're living in is polluted today. You have all these evil philosophies going around. You have all these evil people going around. You have pedophiles, right? The food's poison, the water's poison. Everything here is polluted, all right? So seeing that that is the case, why would you put your heart in this place? Why would you set your heart and your desires entirely in America when this is not our rest? This present day and age is not our time. We are in the time of Esau, Edom. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. So we have to arise out of this place spiritually. We should be focused on the kingdom of heaven, seeing that the kingdom is close, and not setting our whole heart, our whole mind, our whole desire into this modern day world, seeing that it's not our time. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. So right now we're in Esau's world. Our time, our rest comes in the world to come. All right? But right now we're being oppressed. We're being trodden on. We're being overlooked. We're being, not all of us, but we're being deceived. Constantly trying to be kept in the dark by those who hate us. Because when you hate somebody, you lie to them. You don't want to tell them the truth. All right? This is the book of Zephaniah. It's either Zephaniah or Zechariah. Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 1. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city. Now this is speaking of ancient Nineveh. Nineveh being the capital city of Assyria. Well, in today's time, Esau, Edom is the modern day Assyria. America is also likened unto a modern day Nineveh. Okay? Nineveh was a thriving city, just as America. What seemed to be a thriving city, which is now actually falling, but this empire has been exalted to such a high level that all these other countries all throughout the earth have been inspired one way or another by her. Now the scriptures just told us in Micah 2 and 10 that we are to arise, seeing that this is not our rest. Is America not an oppressing city? So if you're being oppressed, then you know for darn sure this is not your rest. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city. So in the ancient world, it was Nineveh, but America is also in the spirit of Nineveh and other wicked ancient civilizations before her. Okay? America is a very oppressing city. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. So seeing our people trust in perverseness, they trust in crooked ways, they trust in those who tell them lies, they trust in a society that's oppressing them. Well, have it your way then. Okay? Wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. And he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it a sherd to take fire from the hearth, or to take water withal out of the pit. So seeing our people trust in oppression, they don't want to hear this word. They don't want to hear what we have to say. Seeing that it's not even our message, we're just speaking the message. You would rather put your focus, your hopes in a society that is constantly oppressing you. You're losing sleep. You're constantly worrying. You're constantly trying to chase the bag. All right? How is that living, man? That ain't living at all. You're in another man's world. That's like a man bragging and boasting because he's driving another man's car and he's living in another man's house. Well, guess what? This is Esau's world. So even if you kind of made it here, how could you brag? You're in another man's house. This is Esau's time. That's why you're seeing all this unrighteousness happen throughout the earth. That's why so many people are mourning under the rulership of these devils. Okay? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 2. That ain't it. I know it's in Isaiah. I'm going to search for it. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 1. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. So seeing that you trust in oppression, what's going to happen to you? You're going to suddenly be destroyed. It's going to happen when you least expect it. Okay? When the righteous are in authority and we're not. Why? Because it's not our time. The people rejoice. Most people around you are not rejoicing. People are lying to you. You'll ask somebody, hey, what's up? How you been? They'll be like, oh man, I've been doing good. How about you? Little do you know, they were just at home hours ago staring at their prescription meds thinking about ODing or thinking about putting a barrel to their temple. But then when you ask them, how are you doing? They'll tell you, oh, I'm okay. People be lying all the time. People be constantly trying to show this false image because we live in a society where people want to get famous off clout. People just want to be full of themselves. Narcissism, okay? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Well, guess what? The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. And that's why so many people are mourning. That's why so many of our people be stressed out. They get tired of having to wake up to an alarm. You know how much it is of a curse to be woken up by an alarm and not have to depend on your body saying, okay, I'm ready to get up because I'm ready to get up. No, you have to be woken up by some damn alarm, okay? Then you have to go to a job that oppresses you. You don't even get paid the same day, which is against the scriptures, which I might get into that, okay? Seeing how you have to wait for your money, then you get taxes taken out. Then when you finally do file for taxes, you have to pay money for that, okay? We live in a very wicked, evil society, and people are mourning because of it. When the righteous are in authority, so in Jacob's world, the righteous are going to be in authority. The people rejoice because we are going to be righteous. We're going to do things lawfully, okay? Just like I had some Issacharites recently doing some work in my backyard, I wanted to make sure they got paid the same day the first couple days, and then the second 2 days, I wrote them a check, okay? But Esau, he'll wait a whole week, 2 weeks before he gives you your money, man, and then take money out of it because they're the wicked. We have to do things upright with our people. We have to deal with our people, you know, righteously. You know, I was making sure, you know, me and my lady, we were making sure that, you know, they had drinks, you know, they had some food. We were just making sure that they were okay, seeing that they were on, you know, our property, so to speak. So with our people, we want to deal justly. But when the wicked is ruling, people are mourning, all right? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So people are mourning under the rule of the wicked. Who's the wicked? Esau, Edom. Let's go to Malachi. Chapter 4, or excuse me, Malachi chapter 1 and 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. That's why an old saying, not that old, but recently, but it's not really being said no more because it was through our last so-called president under Biden, that term build back better. And then under Trump, it's make America great again. It's really saying the same thing essentially, all right? These Edomites are trying to keep America going, keep America thriving. But in reality, the elites have already, you know, planned ahead knowing that this society wasn't going to last forever because it's a glass house. It's a house made of cards. It wasn't built to last forever. Whereas Edom says we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. So right now, as America's collapsing, it's falling, you have these Edomites trying to keep grip of this world, trying to keep grip of this society, and it's falling through, it's seeping through their fingers like sand. Because again, This society wasn't made to rule forever. And seeing that this society is full of oppression, it's wicked as hell, all right? It's only a matter of time before the Lord brings judgment anyway, because that's how the Lord operates. Just like all these other wicked civilizations before America, same thing, okay? Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. So although they're doing all this building, trying to keep this society going, it's still going to be thrown down. And how is it going to be thrown down? Nuclear destruction, okay? A so-called spaceship invasion. And I can't say alien because they're not aliens. The real aliens are you heathen. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. So Esau's the border of wickedness. They're the wicked. It's their time. So when the wicked are in power, people are mourning. Esau is in power. That's why so many people are mourning. People are on prescription meds. People are alcoholics. People be beating their meat 20 times a day, hoping to find some pleasure. All right? Using food as an escape. This society really does more harm than good. Okay? Because the wicked's ruling. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever. So the Lord is always going to have indignation against Esau, Edom. That's why at the end of it all, after they receive their judgment, they're going to be judged. They're going to be wiped off the face of the earth. After they receive their judgment, they're going to be judged. And that means after they go into slavery, they're going to receive another judgment. And that's to be thrown in the bonfire. Okay? According to the scriptures. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. But see, the problem is, most of our people, they're not wise. They're not seeking out the ways of the Lord. That's why oftentimes when we come out here, people will drive by us. And I'm speaking about you Israelites. You don't show no concern about this word. You're focused on a job that's oppressing you. Okay? You're putting your woman first, and she committing adultery on you. All right? She might be getting knocked up by another man within these days to come. She might already be getting, pounded by other men, but you want to put your faith in a woman and not the Lord. You want to put your faith in a society that's collapsing. So when these things do come, the things that we're referring to, the judgment of the Lord, the collapse of this society, it's going to happen suddenly. You can't say you weren't warned. That cloak of excuse is being removed from you people, man. You wicked Israelites, okay? Proverbs 1 and 7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So fools despise wisdom and instruction. But going back to Ecclesiastes 7 and 7, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, but a fool does not have wisdom. A fool is going to despise instruction. Most people are fools. That's why they're not going to be, sitting on thrones in the world to come. Only those who have been sanctioned from the beginning of the nation of Israel are going to sit on thrones, man. Are going to be made judges. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. So you should be mad that you're being oppressed, but Esau will try to throw you gifts to divert your attention, to try to pacify your anger. That's like giving a baby a pacifier instead of giving him a bottle. You give that baby a pacifier, which seems to be a gift, but the overall problem is that the baby's hungry. Okay, and the problem with our people are spiritually hungry, but they keep wanting to receive these pacifiers from Esau. That's why they're okay with being pacified, man. Okay? But a wise man is going to be angry at the oppression. A wise man is going to want freedom. He's going to want these mental chains broken off of him. He's going to want salvation. Okay? Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 14. Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 14. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. So we're in the pit over here in Babylon. We are in hell. And if you are in your right mind, if you have any sense of wisdom, okay, you will be seeking for freedom. You'll be wanting some type of escape out of these miserable conditions that we are in. Okay? Just like me working night shift. Why is that a thing, man? That's crazy. A man should not be working the night shift. A man should be at home protecting his fort. But then, not only going to work at night, working around a bunch of punk-ass hillbillies, man. The type of Edomites that be chewing tobacco and shit, okay? Rocking cowboy boots like they made that trend, okay? Thinking that they're the original cowboys, when the original cowboys are Judah, Gad, and Issachar, okay? We got to deal with all these wicked, foul conditions, dealing with our people being stupid in their mind, Northern Kingdom being more connected with Esau, not even knowing, no, we're your brother, man, but you're looking at Esau. But it's all good. That's why the Lord allowed this truth to get pushed through Judah first. That way you other nations, okay? Well, matter of fact, forget you other nations. That way, those of the Northern Kingdom first, they don't try to boast over us, thinking that they're better than us as they've been doing. And then these other nations, okay, that lets them know you can say what you want, but in reality, it was Judah that came out here preaching this Bible in the open like the days of old. So you can't claim that to yourself. We are the Israelites, man. Okay? And the Lord raised up the house of Judah first. And then through that, you're seeing the rest of the tribes wake up, hastening to want to be free. The captive exile, we've been exiled from our land. Hasteneth that he may be loosed. So you should want to be set free. And that he should not die in the pit. And seeing that we're in this system, because system means pit, we're in this wicked, corrupt system, this evil pit, this hell, known as Babylon the Great. And then not only that, even if you left America, no matter where you go on earth right now, you're under the curses, man. So it's like you're in a pit no matter where you go. And that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. We hope that our bread don't fail. You know, receiving your daily bread is important, man, because you do have to feed your flesh, but you have to feed your spirit also, man. The problem with Israelites, you only want to feed your belly physically, but you don't want to feed your belly mentally, okay? Psalms 59 and verse 2. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity and save me from bloody men. So a real man in his right mind of the nation of Israel is seeking to be set free. You get tired of this oppression, man. We've been oppressed far too long, over and over and over again, because of our sins. You know, we have to come out here and do this work, and then on the sideline, we get no press, man. On the sideline, we have all these haters. We're up against so much, you know? But the Lord is going to change our situation very soon. We're not going to constantly, you know, be in this state of being downtrodden, this state of misery, grief, oppression. And then even through all this, the Lord still allows us to rejoice. The Lord still gives us encouragement. The Lord still gives us the fire to keep going. And that alone shows that this is real. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity and save me from bloody men. And Esau is a bloody man. They are the wicked who are oppressing us. So being a wise man, you would hate oppression, and you would be seeking your freedom. And that freedom starts with this ministry. John chapter 8 and verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So you start to gain your freedom coming into this truth. If you're a Negro, Latino, or Native American, or if you go back to Israelites but you're not necessarily, you know, showing it by the look, but your spirit goes back to Jacob, your spirit resonates with the word. Well, you need to wake up and understand that true freedom starts with coming to Yahweh Shai. And his sheep are going to hear his voice and follow him. Follow him to freedom. Okay? And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And Yahweh Shai himself, he's the truth. Okay? And that's who we're following behind. But our people want to stay captivated. John chapter 14 and verse 6. Yahweh Shai saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. So the truth is going to set you free. Yahweh Shai is going to set us free when he comes and delivers us, man. It starts with the word because he is the word embodied. And ultimately the word, being Yahweh Shai, is going to come and set us free. It's going to be a physical thing. Right now it's spiritual, but it's physically going to happen later on, man. Okay? That's what we should be looking forward to, because we are definitely being oppressed. Psalms chapter 17 and verse 8. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. From the wicked that oppress me. From my deadly enemies who compass me about. So we're surrounded by wicked men. These Edomites hate us, man. And if it was up to them, they'd throw us back in slavery. They would slay us, man. Okay? Now, you have certain of our people who look like Edomites. I'm not speaking about them. But if they want to identify as a so-called white man, they don't want to repent right now, well, they're going to be treated as such. So it really don't matter. All right? We're being oppressed by the wicked all the time. And the Lord is going to pull that plug from this society, take the power away from this society. Yahweh Shai is going to reign forevermore, right along with his elect, with his brothers, man. Okay? And things are going to be done the right way. Things are going to be done in righteousness. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. From the wicked that oppress me. From my deadly enemies who compass me about. So the Lord, he's going to protect us. Keep us from falling into the hand of the Assyrian, which is the Lord's sword, man. Just like going back to what I read earlier. This is an oppressing city just like Nineveh. Well, Esau is the modern day Assyrian. Okay? Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 5. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger and the staff in their hand is my indignation. And going back to like the 60s, you know, maybe even the 70s and 80s, police used to actually keep a staff, man. You would see an Israelite getting beat unjustly, or what seems to be unjustly, but behind the scenes is for their iniquities. It's for their sins. Now that staff could be a number of things, more than just an actual staff, man. That staff could be a knife, a gun, a bomb. It could be a drone strike. But regardless, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is controlling the mind of the wicked. They're the ones oppressing us because ultimately it's the Lord punishing us. Okay? O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. I will send him, being Esau Edom, against the hypocritical nation, being these wicked Israelites, and against the people of my wrath. Will I give him a charge to take the spoil, and to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. And that's what's going to happen. You got to be completely stupid to be oppressed and not be bothered, to not be offended. There was a time, you know, when our people would stand up. They had more fight than what we have today. But Judah has become like this old lion. So the Lord is going to have to cause certain events to happen to where Judah starts to stand up again. And the Lord is going to use Esau coming down upon our people with wrath to spark, you know, or incite some type of uproar to where they say, I'm tired of this, man. A lot of these Edomites are so proud they think they're going to win because a race war is coming. But the Negro, Latino, and Native American, and those of our people who don't even look like our people, are going to be joined together, man. And they're going to put a lot of you Edomites to death. And that's going to be the Lord's anger upon you as well. But right now, seeing that we're being oppressed and our people love to have it, the Lord is just going to increase it. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High. And Esau does that all the time, man. They constantly speaking against the Most High because they themselves, they think they are the Most High. Let's hold this. Let's go to the book of Obadiah. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So Esau, Edom, they think they're the Most High, but the Most High, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, is going to bring them down. Okay? Verse 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? So all of your scientists, all of these men who think they're so smart, are going to be shown to be not only fools, but are going to be destroyed right after being thrown into captivity. Okay? And thy mighty men, O Teman, speaking of you Germans, because it was the Germans who came up with the atomic bomb. You have a lot of, great scientists. You have a lot of great scientists of so-called German heritage who are just nothing more than Edomites. They're from the tribe of Teman. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. So all the tribes of Edom are going to be cut off. For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So that's what's coming to Esau, Edom. So you might think you're a god now, but Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai is going to humble you and cut you the hell off, man. Daniel 7 and 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. All right, and that's what Esau does. He'll try to confuse you by changing the time. Like right now, although we're supposedly in 2025, we might only be in 2012 in reality. Okay, because Esau has altered a lot of things, trying to play the Most High. Okay? Let's go forward to the book of Habakkuk. Chapter 1 and verse 9. They shall come all for violence. Their faces shall sup up as the east wind. And they shall gather the captivity as the sand. And they shall scoff at the kings, and the princes shall be scorned unto them. They shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it. So, verse 12. Art thou not from everlasting, O Lord Yahweh, my power, mine holy one? We shall not die, O Lord Yahweh. Thou hast ordained them for judgment, and almighty power, thou hast established them for correction. So like I read in Isaiah 10, okay, Esau is the Lord's rod for correction. The Lord will use Esau to punish our people. The Lord will use Esau to spank our asses, man. Okay? The Lord controls everything. So the best thing that we can do is be on the Lord's good side so that we don't fall by the sword. And Esau being that primary sword that's being used right now. Art thou not from everlasting, O Lord Yahweh, my power, mine holy one? We shall not die. O Lord, thou hast ordained them for judgment, and almighty power that has established them for correction. So the Lord has established Esau, Edom for correction, because they are the Lord's sword. But if you were in your right mind, you'd be repenting, you would be tired of this oppression. You would be ready to get up out of here. But that's not the mentality of a lot of our people. Psalms chapter 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Lord, Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the wicked is the Lord's sword. The wicked is oppressing our people. So ultimately, it's the Lord oppressing our people through Esau Edom. But Esau Edom has taken it too far because he is the wicked. But yes, the Lord allowed that to happen as well because it is his story. Nevertheless, he's going to punish the murder weapon, so to speak, being Esau Edom. Arise, O Lord Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down. So Esau Edom's going to be casted down because right now they're exalted. They exalt themselves as the Most High. When people think of the Most High and his only begotten Son, all the apostles and disciples and those who are followers of the Heavenly Father and his Son, they think of them to be as the wicked. They think of them as Caucasians. Okay? You know, growing up, when my mom would take me to the so-called Christian store, you would see, you know, images of Caucasians, Edomites. Arise, O Lord Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the Lord is going to deliver his elect from Esau Edom. We're going to be set free through the truth, being Yahweh Shai, seeing that freedom has already started now because this word is in us. Okay? Psalms chapter 73 in verse 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. So Esau is corrupt. All they do is mock. All they do is, you know, try to make joke of our condition. But that's okay because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to crush your whole fucking nation, man. All you Edomites are going to be done away with after you serve us in captivity. And it's going to be a very brutal, hardcore captivity. It's going to be the most brutal captivity ever, period, point blank, by far. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. So when it comes to our oppression, they speak proudly. They don't give a damn, man. That's why we're the ones who need to be saved. We are the ones who need to be taken out of this society, okay? Because we are the ones being oppressed, made fun of, and ignored as if none of these things are happening unto us. Okay? We have to be the ones to pick ourselves up by the bootstrap. That's their pride. Okay? They set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walking through the earth. That's why they don't follow after the ways of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. They speak against the Lord. The simple fact that they believe that the Lord is as themselves, they're speaking against the Lord, man. They fight against the Lord's people. You know, when you talk about, oh, nigger this, nigger that, you're talking about Yahweh Shai. You're talking about the Heavenly Father. Okay? Because if they were on earth in the form of man, they would look like Negroes. That's exactly what they would be. Okay? Verse 12. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Why is that? Because it's their time. Those who are setting rules and authority in this world, who have all these riches, are the same ones oppressing us because it's their time. But Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to remove them from power very soon. So all you elites, you know, from the Rothschilds, you know, to the Rockefellers, to the DuPonts, okay, all the 13 families of the Illuminati, all right? You got the Astor bloodline, the Bundy bloodline, the Collins, the DuPonts, the Freemans, the Kennedys, you know, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, okay, the Russell bloodline, and others, man. My sign's dated. I still got the Georgia Guidestones on there, and the Angels Ben took that out, you know. But it's still useful though. It's still useful. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches because it's their time. Right now is their time. But the Lord is going to make it here in the near future where it's not going to be their time no more, and the wicked aren't going to afflict us anymore. 2 Samuel chapter 7 and verse 10. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel. So we're going back home soon. The kingdom of heaven is for us, okay? And will plant them, and they may dwell in the place of their own, and move no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them any more as before time. So we've been oppressed and afflicted by Esau Edom for a very long time. But in the days to come, that's going to be a thing of the past. It's not going to happen anymore. Okay? The Lord is soon to get us out of this condition. And we should be looking forward to that. Because he is a man of his word. All right? Esau is constantly lying to our people, man. Okay? Let's go to Psalms chapter 14 and verse 4. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge? Speaking of Esau Edom, who eat up my people as they eat bread and call not upon the Lord Yahweh. So Esau Edom is eating off of our people. And while our people are being ate off of, you're not even going to the Heavenly Father. You're just allowing it to happen. You're just allowing it to happen. Okay? You're like a big ass piece of turkey. Esau just killing you right off the bone, man. Here it is. We're out here trying to tell you the truth, but Esau's telling you, we don't hate you. They're speaking hate, brother. We're in a different time now, dude. And guess what? You've stolen everything, including the word dude. Dude is actually Negro vernacular. Little do people know. All right? It was actually Negroes that made that word popular, but then Esau hijacked it. But they eat off of our people, man. Esau Edom sees our people as food. Just like how they say in New York, oh, you know, this dude's food, man. You know what I'm saying? Basically means you a lick. You know, if they see you got a necklace or they see something that they want, they call you food. Well, that's how Esau sees us, man. He eats off of our people. He devours our people. And our people just love to have it. So let's go to Ezekiel chapter 37 and verse 1. The hand of the Lord Yahweh was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord Yahweh and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones. And this is speaking of here in America. It's full of bones because Esau is eating off of our people, plucking the meat right off of our people, man, lying to our people, keeping them in darkness. But we come out here to try to put that skin back on you. Verse 2, and caused me to pass them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord power, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, speaking of our people in a dead state, and say unto them, hear ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh. What's a dry bone? An Israelite that doesn't know they're Israelites. They doing all the ways of the heathen. They still celebrating birthdays, Halloween, Christmas, Easter. And they'll say, well, Easter's in the Bible. No, Easter is written in the Bible, but when you look it up, it goes into Passover. Thus saith the Lord, power unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And the breath that's entering into you is this word, the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to its bone. So as we come out here and teach this word, our people are starting to come together. They're starting to be risen from the dead. Because not having this word, you're in a dead state. You're like a zombie. Yeah, you're walking. You might be moving around, but you're dead spiritually. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain that they may live. And that's what we're doing. We're breathing upon our people, just like how certain lyricists, they'll be like, I'm about to breathe on the mic. And what are they doing? They're speaking words into the mic. Well, we're speaking words into our people. We're breathing on our people. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army. And that's what you're seeing through all these men coming out here standing stiffly for the Lord. Even other men who may not be teachers or prophets, but they're believers. They're strong in the faith in other ways. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dried and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord Power, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves. And that's where that concept of zombies come from. How they get risen up from the dead, okay? Just like when Yahweh Shai was crucified, okay? After he was taken up, or he wasn't taken up yet, but after he left his body, you had certain other Israelites who had died beforehand, who had risen from their graves and went back to their life like nothing happened, man. O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel. And that's what you're seeing. The Lord is waking us up out of that dead state that Esau has done a good job trying to keep us in by eating off of our people, trying to keep us as bones. The same way you eat that meat off that chicken, all right? And shall put my spirit in you, and that spirit is these words, and ye shall live, because these words are also life, and shall place you in your own land, being Israel. Then shall ye know that I am the Lord Yahweh, have spoken it and performed it, saith the Lord. Let's jump down. You know what? Let's go to another book. This is the book of, gotta search for it. Isaiah chapter 26, here we go. Isaiah chapter 26 and verse 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked. So favor is being shown to the so-called white man because it's his world. It's called white supremacy. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. So here it is. They're in power. It's in their power to make things better, but they're not going to do it. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness in the land of uprightness. So here it is. They're in our land. They have the power to do what's right, and they're not doing it because they are the wicked. Okay? In the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of the Lord Yahweh. So here it is. They're calling themselves Israelis, which is a knockoff of Israelites. They're calling themselves Jewish, which is a knockoff of Judah. They're in our land polluting it all day long. But yet, they're claiming that they're righteous, they're holy people. Hypocrites, man. Psalms chapter 50 and verse 16. But unto the wicked the power saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee. So you devils are hard-headed. You're rebellious. You're contrary to the Heavenly Father and His Son by nature. Israelite men, we know in our spirit, man, we desire multiple women. That's how it's supposed to be. But Esau will say, no, you're supposed to only have one wife, man. That's retarded as hell. That's oppression. That's depriving a man from his natural biological uniform. Okay? The Israelite man. But it's okay though. You devils are going to pay for all this hell you've been putting on our people. You're absolutely going to pay. Okay? When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him. And your whole nation is a bunch of thieves. And you're not trying to make it right. Okay? You justify what your forefathers did, because you are your forefathers coming back, and has been partaker with adulterers. And you even allow our people to make all this wicked, evil music speaking on murder, adultery, and instead of you saying, oh, we should put a law against that, that's wicked, you'll actually promote it even more, especially among urban communities, aka where Israelites reside the most. Okay, but the thing is, that cup has spilt over to your side also, to where now you have Edomites trying to pretend like they Israelites, like they know our struggle, you know, thinking they got swag and all that. And now they parents is looking at them like they nigga lovers. You know, sagging your pants. Not that that's Israelite culture, but these are things Israelites are doing today. Things that we made popular. You know, sagging their pants, rocking J's, you know, rocking some Air Maxes, you know, trying to wear your hat backwards or to the right or to the left, you know. So as much as Esau has tried to push this filth onto our people, their own people has caught wind of it, and they're being contaminated by the wickedness that Esau has used against us. It's spreading to the masses of people in general. But anyway, thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. And that's all they do, is speak wickedly. They speak deceit. They're liars, man. And you'd be a fool to trust your enemy. You'd be a fool to think, oh, well, that's how they used to be. They're not like that no more. That's a damn lie. But I'm going to close it with this in Revelation chapter 21 and verse 4. And the power shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. So all of the oppression that we go through in this world, when the kingdom of heaven is established, this is going to be a thing of the past. Being oppressed, dealing with sorrows, dealing with heartbreak, death, all of these things are going to be of the past. Right now, all you have to look forward to outside of the kingdom of heaven is what? Worry. There's a lot of worry that comes with being in this world. Worrying about if your paycheck's gonna come, worrying about if you're gonna have enough, if you spend this amount of money on this for something else, okay? Wondering if your friends are who they say they are, if your woman's who she say she is, you know, trying to figure out how you're gonna keep your energy levels up, eating this damn contaminated food. You know, you might have a healthy diet, but even eating healthy, the food's contaminated. It's used to just weigh you down, man. But there's going to come a time where all of these things that we're dealing with is going to be a thing of the past. It's going to be wiped away. Yahweh Shai is going to make it new. But I pray that this was simple and edifying. Yeah, I'm going ahead and wrap it up. So with that, all praises unto our power, the power of Israel, not the power of any other nation. Okay? And seeing that I don't come in my own name, what is his name? Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wa Rakakwadash. Until next time, I'm out. Shalom.